Hundreds of Tigrayans have been seen crossing into Eritrea. This free, unchecked movement of Tigrayans and Eritreans across Tigray-Eritrea border started a few months ago. Secondly, a civil society has issued a statement calling for intervention in Tigray. This civil society organization was one of the main organizations in Tigray. It nominated a General Sadkan in Gita Choreda's cabinet when Gitacho was the president of Tigray. Let's start with this new story about call for intervention in Tigray. GSTS is a civil society organization, Global Society of Tigray Scholars. GSTS is the name of the organization. This civil society organization is one of the most prominent organizations in Tigray. When interim government was formed in Tigray in 2023, 2 years ago, and Gita Choreda was chosen as he was nominated by TPLF as the president of Tigray. Tigray civil society was also given a share in Gita Choreda's cabinet. And Tigray civil society, led by GSTS, nominated Sadkan to be made part of Gita Choreda's cabinet. So Sadkan was appointed as head of deputy president, head of the Department for Democratization of Tigray. Sadkan worked with Getachew for 2 years, and in March this year, Gita Choreda was removed from power. Tadesse Varede became the new president, whose tenure is for 1 year. After Varede took office, Sadkan was removed too. Sadkan is no more part of Tigray interim government. GSTS, it seems, has no representation in Tigray interim government or Tadesse Varede's cabinet. GSTS has issued a statement saying that Tadesse Varede, Tigray interim president, is working as a stooge for a group of TPLF. He is working like a protege under the control of one group of TPLF. GSTS claimed that grave human rights abuses are being committed. GSTS made these claims in a letter written to UN Human Rights Council, African Union, and other international players. Global Society of Tigray Scholars is asking the international players and embassies in Addis Ababa to intervene in Tigray. GSTS says that people's fundamental rights are being violated in Tigray. Expression of political views is being crushed. People are being forced to change their political loyalties. Extrajudicial killings are happening. Enforced disappearances are happening. The atmosphere for democratic transition in Tigray is being eroded. A toxic and poisonous environment has been created, which is repressive and which is not conducive to democratic transition in Tigray. Yes, Varade is under the full control of TPLF. He knows that he cannot survive without TPLF support. Gita Choreda tried to divide TPLF. Gita Choreda failed. So Varade has learned his lesson. What about human rights abuses happening in Tigray? Well, yes, uh, level playing field is not being given to political parties in Tigray. If election is held today, rest assured, election won't be transparent. It won't be free and fair. Military and TPLF, they will just support each other, and TPLF is set to win. So TPLF is not eligible to contest election. Where they has not been able to form an inclusive government. Getachew government also faced criticism, but Getachew's government was more inclusive, I think. This government has no trust of opposition parties or trust of civil society. It is a government formed by military and TPLF. Secondly, there was a free, unchecked movement of Tigrayans into Eritrea ongoing, maybe vice versa too. This year, Tigray and Eritrea started Tesimdo, means that their border communities are exchanging visits. They're feeling moving across the border. They are attending celebrations. They are attending religious gatherings in Tigray and Eritrea, and border, which was always never fully manned, now it is seeing unchecked movement of communities across the border. I have shown you several videos in the past few months showing Tigrayans entering Eritrea. Eritrean YouTubers did videos from Tigray border. The alliance has been formed by Tigray and Eritrea, TPLF and PFDJ, Tigray military and Eritrean defense force to counter Prosperity Party. The two governments, Tigray and Eritrea, say, the TPLF and PFDJ governments, they say that Abiy wants to attack them, so they need to form an alliance. So for survival, they have formed this alliance. When Varade was appointed as Tigray interim president, he was told by the federal government that he must ensure that Tigray has no connection with Eritrea, that he will work to safeguard Ethiopian territorial integrity and sovereignty. And Varade committed in black and white, but commitment was not honored. Border open, cross-border trade also ongoing, which Tigray government calls smuggling, but it is basically trade. Border communities are happy. They say, Sajid, you criticized the SIM though, but border has been opened. Now we can meet our loved ones across the border. We can attend weddings. We can attend religious celebrations. Why are you against the SIM though? I am not against. Firstly, the hundreds of Tigrayans who were seen entering Eritrea, they entered Eritrea to participate in religious celebration, traditional celebration of Abune Enbas Simijna, which is happening in Eritrea. So from Tigray, hundreds of people, they entered Eritrea. Eritrean border communities welcomed them. I am not against the same though, against exchange of visits by border communities. What I fear is that these border engagements could lead to more tensions between Mekelle and Addis, Asmara and Addis. EPLF and PFDJ don't care about the people in border areas. They are aligning because they think that their interests are aligned. They're using people to show that this is what people want. But once their interests diverge, they won't let border people meet each other. This could happen. You will see that. So people are being used to show as if there is atmosphere of solidarity and atmosphere of goodwill on Tigray-Eritrea border. But all that is political, basically. It's political uh, partnership, military partnership between Tigray and Eritrea, which could have alarming consequences. Federal government of Ethiopia does not want a Portland in Ethiopia. It does not want a Jubaland in Ethiopia. Portland and Jubaland are in Somalia. They have independent foreign relations with other countries. Mogadishu has no control over them. Federal government of Ethiopia does not want a Portland or Jubaland in Ethiopia. Federal government will take action. That is why what I propose is that all should talk. Talk should happen, and then all should agree on ways of engagement. Borders should be guarded. There should be mechanisms put in place to uh, control, to monitor the movement of people across the border. This is what I say. I am not against engagements between Tigray and Eritrea border communities. And the issue of restoration of status will remain unsolved if these border activities go on. You'll see that. All that is linked. So comprehensive dialogue is needed. Only that can ensure lasting peace between Eritrea and Ethiopia and inside Ethiopia. Thank you for watching.